Okay, we're ready to go, Tim, whenever you are.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order, please. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain. Ms. Conrad, will you please call the roll?
Mr. Dick. Here. Mrs. Mansfield. Here. Mr. Hammersmith. Here. Mr. Kirkwood. Here. Mr. Coons. Here. Mr. Gee.
Here.
Mr. Parker.
Here.
Here. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to tonight's meeting. This is our voting meeting for the month of March. Everything voted on tonight was discussed at last week's meeting. So if it seems like the motions go pretty fast tonight, they do. We've already discussed it, so we're prepared to vote tonight. We're recognition of meetings for February. Informational executive session for personnel from 6:12 to 6:55. 7 to 7:11 was regular board meeting. February 13th, 5:30 to 7:30 personnel. February 20th, 5:30 to 8 personnel. February 23rd, 6 to 7:30 was the athletic committee for personnel. February 28th, 5:30 to 8:30 for personnel, and March 1st, 6 to 7:13 executive for student discipline. 7:14, 7:45 work session, 7:50 to 8:45 executive session for matters. With that, we will move on to Pride and Promises. We have Miss Alexandra Herr, I believe, Mr. Rich.
Mrs. Columbus is going to do a presentation about her achievement as a national semifinalist for the National Honor Society Scholarship. Mrs. Columbus.
So Alexandra Kerr is right in the middle of musical practice right now. In her normal dress. Yeah.
We like it though.
Thank you. So I talked to Mr. Rogers, and Alexandra was she's a semifinalist for National Honor Society for a national scholarship that would be awarded up to $3,200. In the history of the Laurel School District, she has made it the furthest than any student that we have ever had. Normally I would take her picture, but we talked ahead of time, and I told her we'll take it tomorrow.
Congratulations. Alexandra, before we release you, anything to the board?
No, I just wanted to do the scholarship, hoping I would get it, and here we are. So, yeah, hopefully I go farther.
Great. Mom and Dad, anything?
Yep.
Well, thank you, and I know you have musical practice, so thanks for making time for us tonight.
Thank you very
And
much.
a little plug, make sure you go to the music.
Buy your tickets. Buy your tickets.
Break a leg. Break a leg.
And Jen and Carrie are going to do the second presentation.
Actually, I'm going to introduce Ms. Lydia Lowe, if she wants to, if you don't mind. So that'd be great. I do, or we could see it. But, hi, everyone. My name is Lydia Lowe, Greater Pittsburgh Community Bank, and I have the honor today here of recognizing your school district for going above and beyond to serve your children to feed the babies day in and day out. And so we're actually recognizing the whole cafeteria staff, we're recognizing Carrie and their team for all the efforts that they do. So some of the things that, why we chose this award, just to kind of give a full backstory of why we do these awards. We serve 11 different counties in the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, and so from that we had 33 school districts win and 9 community sponsors. And from those 33 school districts, of the whole 11 counties, that's a lot of schools, Laurel School District won the silver award, and so I just figured we should just give everybody a hand, give you guys a hand of applause. So thank you so much. And so we have 2 different certificates to be able to display in both of your school buildings. and was able to honor the staff earlier today, or past hour. So it's exciting to just be here and be a champion for your staff here. In Lawrence County, feeding children is really difficult. There's a lot of kids and families that are in need, and so the fact that you're full and that you're just staff, and these ladies here that are sitting all here with us today go above and beyond to serve these kids. Just a couple reasons why we picked you guys. I know in conversations with Terry, you guys have done National School Breakfast Week, National School Lunch Week, which helps with participation and make it fun for the kids while they're serving and eating in line. You also help feed and serve your Head Start, so that's an awesome thing to do. And then the school district also helps provide weekend backpack programs as well in partnership with Project Hope. So you guys are going above and beyond to feed your children, and so we just wanted to recognize the school district for that. So thank you so much.
Carrie, anything on behalf of your staff?
On behalf of myself, we'd like to say thank you. We enjoy what we do. We want to make sure the kids, we know full bellies make them easier to learn. And that's what we want them to do. Full bellies so they learn in class. And these ladies will do anything to make sure these kids are safe. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, ladies. You did a very fine job.
Did you get a big picture of them, or do we need to do that?
I did not, but did you take one earlier today?
Okay, wonderful. We do have a Pride and Promise Award wall. We want to have a nice picture of your staff for the Pride and Promise Award wall.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you're not required to stay if you don't want to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, item 3, any reports from standing committees of the board? Any additions to the administrative supervisor? Your information report, you have that on your board docs. Item 5, any questions from the floor relative to agenda items? Item 6, I have a motion to approve the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Kirkwood, second by Mr. McGee. Jeez. Any discussion on the vote? Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion. Did we have to wait for that, Gina? Okay. Item 7, approval of the treasurer's report. Mr. Hammerschmidt.
Recommendation of the superintendent of the board to approve the treasurer's report, which has a balance of $1,586,678.06. That's A. And B, the investment report for February. I put that in the form of a motion. Second.
Motion by Mr. Hammerschmidt, second by Mr. Kuth. Any discussion on the motions? Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. And unpaid.
Recommendation of the superintendent of the board to approve general fund bill listing for March. Total amount of $662,572.44. And B, list of food service fund payments in the amount of $32,001.93.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Hammerschmidt, second by Ms. Ensko. Any discussion on motions A or B? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item 9, personnel, Mr. McGee.
I'd like to put in the form of a motion, items A through I. Go through it real quick. A is retirements. B is in employment of a school officer. C is music tickets. D is Hill High School substitute. E is leave of absence. G is leave of absence. H is leave of absence. And I is professional employee contract. I put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McGee, second by Mr. Kuth. That's A through I. Any discussion on any discussion on any of the motions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item J under personnel, speech and language. Approve Jamie Matter as a speech and language pathologist substitute at a rate of 140 per day, effective upon receipt of required clearances. I put this in the form of motion.
By Mr. McGee, second by Ms. Hansel. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item K, head cheerleading coach. Approve Brandy Napoli as the head cheer coach for the 23-24 school year at a rate of $56.50, step 5 of the current CBA. Pending acceptance of required clearances and documentation. I put this in the form of a motion.
Motion by Mr. McGee, second by Mr. Hammerschmidt. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Item L, junior high track coach. Approve Cameron Nicholson as junior high track coach for the 23-24 school year at a rate of $2,000, step 1 of the current CBA. I put this in the form of motion.
Motion by Mr. McGee, second by Mr. Hammerschmidt. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries.
And then last is item N, additions to the volunteer non-instructional substitute listing for the 22-23 school year. I put this in the form of a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. McGee, second by Mr. Kirkwood. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item 10, Committee of the Whole. I'd like to take A and B, Midwestern Intermediate Unit General Operating Budget, and the Laurel School District Real Estate Collectors Tax Audit.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Kirkwood, second by Mr. Hammerschmidt. Any discussion on A or B? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. Item C, agreement with Sager Motor Company.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Kirkwood, second by Mr. Dix. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. Proposed settlement, with the J.U. Joel lawsuit. Motion by Mr. Kuth, second by Ms. Ensko. Any discussion on the motion?
Yeah, it would probably something about $15,000. Probably.
Probably.
I don't like to get involved in any of that.
18 grand, I
Hey,
guess. But
somebody's gotta say something.
Okay, move on.
any other discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Abstentions? Motion carries. I'll take item E, student teachers. F, approval of field trips.
So moved. Second.
A motion by Mr. Kirkwood, second by Mr. Hammerschmidt. Any discussion on E or F? All in favor?
Aye.
Any, negative votes? Abstentions? E is a joint plaintiffs challenging the PA Department of Education.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Ensko, second by Mr. McGee. Any discussion on motion? All in favor? Any, negative votes?
No negative vote?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay. Jen, can you do roll call?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, the reasoning is I just don't think we should be blanket. Nothing against it, nothing for it, I just don't think we should.
What was that, the challenging PA Department of Education?
Right, it's challenging, whether they have the authority to mandate.
More details. I don't think we're gonna.
No, she has it.
6-1. Okay, I didn't count myself, sorry. 7-1. Motion carries. Any new business?
We got H.
Oh, okay. H is, student discipline.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Kuth, second by Mr. McGee. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any negative votes? Motion carries. Now we'll go to 11, any new business? Item 13, comments or questions from the floor relative to non-agenda items. Okay, is there nobody online that has anything that I need to? Okay. With that, I'll ask for adjournment.
Second.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Kirkwood, second by Mr. McGee. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you for coming out.
Good night, all.
Good night.